the best in terms of digital skills?
Significantly improved.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Significantly improved.
Exactly. You see?
To be an entrepreneur.
Okay. Saka isusu group redu nemakurira rakaita rine 2 magoals. Yeah. Aiwa 5 minutes. 5 minutes dzakawanda. Kungoti maybe moda kukrengwa kuti mutange kufunga. Manje for the kind of work that we are doing and the kind of training that you guys are going through, you want to think faster than that, because if you take your time before you start thinking and being quick on your feet, then you stand a chance to fall behind, and that's not what we want. But anyway, I think in the broad sense, our goals, they're going to improve our digital skills. And then I wouldn't say basic. I want us to have advanced digital skills, because we need to stand out from and then of course we want to be able to create value in the economy, and that will of course guarantee us be it we are being employed, be it we are pushing our own enterprise. So I think that's all right. I'll take the goals, and I think they're not bad. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is just basically go through an assessment of how ready we are digitally. How many of us don't know how to use a computer? Okay, saka munhu wese anogona kushandisa computer, ndizvo handiti? Ndizvo handiti? Okay, thank you. So keyboarding, handiti? If we go through the curriculum, you will see kuti pane sections aripo handiti of the things that we're supposed to go through. So one of the things that we want to briefly talk about is keyboarding. Kushandisa chinhu ichi chinonzi keyboard, handiti? Is there anyone anokwanisa kutiudza kuti anonzi home keys ndeapi? Anokwanisa kutiudza kuti anonzi home keys. Pane anonzi home keys ndeapi? Yes.
ASDFJKL.
Perfecto. Pane munhu atanga kuzvinzwa nhasi here izvozvo? Ndiye munhu andiri kutsvaga iye. Okay. Saka kune vese vasimudza maoko vachiti this is the first time that they have heard of home keys. So it means you need to practice more your keyboarding, because we want to do what is called touch typing. So there's a technique. I don't know what the chat is pa screen pako, Brian. Okay, so you see right there, on touch typing. Yeah, so you want to look more into that, and you want to try and get a better appreciation of that, because that's a better approach to keyboarding, to using a keyboard, as compared to what they call the hunt and pick method. I think you've seen one not much type of I know track out the AR one but I shall say good. So that's inefficient, and we don't want to do that. Then there's Tawanda, hi.
Hello, what's up?
I'm okay, Tawanda. Tawanda right there is my little brother. Don't come wrong, zone out, Taga. Right. So the next thing we want to talk about my shortcuts. And these are very, very important, very, very crucial. Type my examples, guys. Who never knows Yama keyboard shortcuts. Let's have 5 examples. Yama keyboard shortcuts. And so that Vantanga with an idea. So type my shortcuts. Anyone who knows Yama shortcuts with a simple task. Yes.
Shift control.
Shift control, I know it I say.
For easy copying.
For
copying and pasting.
Copying and pasting. Okay. Copy paste, I know shasa control C na control V. And it. This one. Hello.
Yes.
I've never tried shift control. Do not want to try.
Control.
Okay, guys. Muzandrasa pana. And it. So my keyboard shortcuts, usually the way they are denoted. So for example, to copy and it. But then copy unengo to select a text. So let's start with selecting. Don't select a text and it. Usha click down the gentleman, the gentleman on the exactly. And it. So you're going to click your control plus A. And it. Do you see message and on your end? Do manual one from a keyboard shortcut. So it's the first key. Then there's usually a plus sign, which shows you that you're combining with another key. And it. So there you go. Control plus A. That's a keyboard shortcut to select everything. And in this one, let's quickly do this, all right, so that we can see this in practice. Then I do this. Okay. I assume we're on screen you can see it, and it. Right. So Toti, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dogs, and it. Right. So control A, control plus A. You see that it highlights the text, and it. This one?
Yes.
Control C, it copies the text. And it. So, I do control V. What does it do? It pastes the text. The basic idea, and it is you can use my keyboard shortcuts in order for you to navigate faster. And it. Be it you want to close a program, you can just do Control F4 and you close the program. Earlier on, I asked you for examples, my keyboard shortcuts, but I'm now on debugger, guys. Can you give me some more keyboard shortcuts? Quick ones. Like Control A, Control C, Control V, Control F4. What other shortcuts can you think of? Yes? Because dikati iwe and this is not on face. So if you know something, just say it. What does it do? Undo and it. Another one. What does it do? Exactly. Fantastic. So looks like we know these things, and it is there anybody who didn't know these things, who's hearing them for the first time? You can just show by raising your hand. Fantastic. It means all of us are up to date with that, and it. Then let's talk about our mouse, and it. Using mouse head or be it we were using a keypad, and there are those touch pads and to detect gestures, and then there's the regular mouse that we use. Can you quickly just tell me, what does the left button do? What does the right button do? What does the scroll wheel do? Quickly, is there anybody Okay, that's good then. It means we all know that when you right click, you're opening the context menu. And it in this way. This way. Yes. So when we right click, we're opening the context menu. When we click left, we are selecting. And it in this way. Okay, fantastic. Then we talk about installing and uninstalling of application software, right? There's a list of software packages that we're going to be using, that you're going to get so that we can install. But in the meantime, we're going to talk about it because I'm assuming the installation media is at Yahoo. But what happens when you install? How do you install a program? How do you uninstall a program? Can someone just quickly walk us through for the benefit of those who are sitting away? Guys, you're taking too long. To open the section. Okay. Usually, installation media is what the application software that you want to install. On a Windows system, you will find that usually it's called setup. I don't know if you've heard of setup. Anyone? Right. So you just double click it, or you right click it and select open. It should install your program. How do you uninstall a program now? Yes, Brian.
Uninstalling a program, you go to your computer settings, then you click apps and features when you are using Windows 10. Then if you open apps and features, you set your program that you want to uninstall. Then right click it, then uninstall.
Wonderful. It's a lot more complicated if you're using a Linux system. Has anyone ever used Linux there? Okay. What about Mac OS? The Apple operating system. Has anyone ever used it? I'll bring you a Mac next time so that we will see how else you do it. But basically, you drag it into the bin. That's how you uninstall it. Okay. So that's fantastic. So I think with regards to assessment, we've all responded positively to the questions that we had, and the brief assessment that I was trying to see whether there are any challenges or people who have heard certain phrases and certain words for the first time. Okay, so I'm assuming all of us at some point have installed an application. I know we've all installed WhatsApp on our phones. I don't know about my computers though, whether we've installed my programs or we have not. Okay. Then the last aspect that we want to cover before we get into the next phase, we want to talk about my platforms. And just now I was talking about Mac OS and Linux and Windows. And all those are examples of platforms. A platform is basically somewhere where you can run an application. So you have your mobile phone and running Android, or it's running iOS. It's a platform. You can then download an app onto that platform. You also have the web. The web is a platform. You can also use my web applications. So it's important to be able to navigate each platform, because each platform, a set of tools that you can use to navigate that particular platform. So be it you're on the web, you click on my links and when you're on the web. There's a hyperlinks. Later on in the course, we're going to discuss how they're made. Whether Uripa desktop, you interact with my ribbon, you interact with my menus, my context menus, my task bars, and it's important to know all those things and be able to identify them. Because if you know them, then even when you're Googling, one day you run into a problem and you have to Google, then you know how to Google, because you know what you're talking about. You know each section of a window. But okay, this is the close button. This is the frame. This is the task bar. This is the status bar. You need to be familiar with all those terms, because they are very, very important for your digital skills training. You need to know the tray as well. Pane knows the tray by Windows. Brian, can you show us the tray? Yepa Windows. You know the tray. The tray, yeah. Huh? Okay, that if you go to the bottom right corner, it's called the tray. It's good to know all those things and to know them by their name. And so all those things, when you're Googling or when you have to look up quickly, so I need to troubleshoot what is it called. So on our YouTube channel, because I've created a YouTube channel for all our lessons, then I upload because not everybody can attend in real time. Hopefully, you'll be able to go through them as many times as you want by YouTube. Young Innovators Program. You can subscribe to the channel. You can like my videos, and then you can share with your friends. It's fine. It would be good to say one of the benefits that we have, despite us being a small group and my amenities for now actually limited, but our impact will be greater and we will reach a wider audience. Okay. Now the second section now in our curriculum is the blue part now. Yema A-listers, the group A people. Hello. Are you ready to show Mama Group B. What is programming all about? We can do a brief coding challenge where we use a language of your choice. I don't know which language then we can use. Are we all familiar with C++? But we're sort of Group A. Are we familiar with C++? Not C++. Okay. What about C?
Yeah. Yes. No. No.
Okay, language because I need to see just how well those of you are code, just how well you can code, so that curate a content as we proceed. So what language can we do then?
Visual Basics.
Visual Basic.
Yeah.
I see. Saka ndaku assume ukuthi ma group A yangu ka makangufana ma group B yangu mataza kundi impress. There was a guy who was complaining the other day. Let me just quickly check my WhatsApp. Okay, so the problem was, why are we called Group B? It doesn't sit well with me. We need to find a better name. Who was it? Who was it? I will find you. I will find you. You better confess, Kanaurimo. Okay, it was Mr. Mpatsi. Daryl. Where is Daryl?
No,
yes, it was you. So, you see, zvavakataura zvaitika. Team Red Group A ratadza kuti kodhera tada kuti vangoticha a quick program. Handiti. Inongoswapa ma letters. But vatadza kuti gadzira program here. So we are all the same. Handiti. These are these.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Fantastic. All right. So that brings us to the end of that section. And now we are getting into our brainstorming session. This also we are a group of young innovators. So as a group of young innovators, what are some of the problems that are happening in our community, in our society, or in our country at large that we can solve using my digital skills? Okay, let's shoot. I'm now question young. Okay, so I'm saying this is a brainstorming session now, because we've done our assessment and now the position is our approach on the coursework yedu zvakafanana, because group A yacho haina kukoda, and then most of the people have demonstrated kuti vanogona keyboard shortcuts, you know how to install and uninstall the software. You're basically conversant with my computers and it. So that part tapura. Now we are brainstorming together and it. So that is part of the larger achievements that we can actually solve real world problems. And the question was, Isusu as a group of young innovators, what are some of the problems that we can solve using digital skills? Like, what products can we make or What kind of innovations can we come up with? And what kind of problems can we then target? Yes, now there is an answer. Give it to us.
Creation of employment.
Come again.
Creation of employment.
How? Because the question here is not as broad. We are actually trying to target specific problems that we can solve. For example, as young innovators, we can create a program that allows vana vari kuzvikoro to learn, receive their content online, and submit their work online during this time of pandemic. It's an example. And what are some of the problems that we can solve? Tawanda, you had your hand up, yes.
So we can use this digital programs to do my digital marketing system, to produce my digital marketing systems.
Okay, fantastic. That's a good example. So we want to reach people out, be it by social media, and so I'm just putting it in our chat so that we idea Tawanda. We can use my digital skills to come up with digital marketing campaigns. So we can do our Facebook campaigns, we can do our Twitter campaigns, we can do so that we can reach people digitally. That's one. What other problems can we solve? What other things can we create? Yes, sir.
You can create a software whereby you can link customers to specific suppliers and products.
Yeah, that's a beautiful, it's a beautiful solution. So software that links customers to suppliers. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's hear some more things, because this is our brainstorming session. And when you hear a nice idea that you can pursue, for example, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this is an old innovator. Oh, yes, Spinnerton Council in mind.
Yes.
We can use this opportunity to come up with a one-stop shop for Spinnerton Council, which will be an example to other councils in Zimbabwe that we can actually save people from the comfort of their homes. We can do it, we can do an online program which can save, and the document can flow electronically with the person resting in his house and be saved by council and stop this noise related to guns like
Exactly. Where are the other old innovators? Because I think I like the old innovators. Young innovators. Yes. So it's a one-stop shop for Chipinge Town Council and processes in servicing the residents. So there we go. That would be a brilliant innovation. Yes, Tawanda.
Okay, this thing can help us also to come up with to identify my geographical locations, my especially within the district. And it's like, for example, travel for planning purposes, travel for my roads. To come up with that GPS system.
Okay, yes. Yeah, those are some of the fascinating tools that are available for our use, which we can take advantage of. Yes, someone else had a suggestion.
Yes, we create a credit control system. Like in Zimbabwe, you have to go to get to get a loan, but we can have a system where we issue out my credit cards, where one can simply use a credit card no matter where it is. They don't have to go to a certain company to get a loan. They'll simply use that card.
Out is never. Wonderful. I did it. So this is a credit slash loan system. I did it for disbursement. Countrywide. I need it. Right. Any other ideas, ladies? The Emily and I did it. Hey, it's all right.
Yeah, I think we can also come up with a program, like for example, I can say some hotel booking systems here in Springen, though we don't have some hotels specifically. But I think-
Good one. Which hotel?
Let's take that one. We can come up with a system that can help them to check in people, check out, even now they can reach something like that.
Yes. Guys, tell me more about what's possible. You are you. Now one's one. I guess I found out which town.
We can have a passenger monitoring system where companies can monitor how many people are boarding their buses at a specific day. That'll help them with calculations. How much is the company getting and how much is the company spending?
I think the mistake is that I just left this to the flow. This is one of those exercises where I wish everybody would participate. Some people want to good scar with just being a passenger in class, one where they leave them to do the talking. Ideally, we want to hear what you think. Because participating in this program means you want my digital skills, but then what can you use them for? What does it help you in training where you then don't know or you can't even imagine what you want to use those skills for? Saka, I really want to hear from others. I can't keep having the same person or the same people, including you, Brian. I can't keep hearing from you. Particularly section that's very opposite blessing now. Really say. Kongatinzweka ndiani uyu Dietrich ndizvo Lisa. Oh, I'm sorry ndafunga kuti Dietrich. There was a lady in the Trish last time. Okay, so share with us, what do you think we can do with my digital skills? What kind of solutions can we develop?
Organization, a paperless organization, whereby they set it up electronically, like one stop shop we are making or anything.
They were all letters.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Yes, Emily.
I think we can also come up with a program for school enrollment program, whereby the parents will enroll their students even when they're at home.
And it. Okay, fantastic. Saka my programs, they discuss that they have something in common. Later on, when we get deeper in our course, you get to learn another design pattern, and I will teach you about software architecture. My systems are my CRUD based systems where you create records, you read records, you update records, or you delete records. So these are useful types of applications. But then there are also advanced types of applications, particularly my applications are artificial intelligence. My applications are network. My applications are the hive architecture, where you have lots and lots of moving parts communicating together. Now, if you think in that paradigm, you think in that context, in that frame of mind, you will start to imagine my systems that are beyond basic record keeping systems. Because my systems that are, for example, where you want to do, you want to link customers to suppliers. Basically, you have a database. You don't call it a supplier. You don't call it a customer. Then mongo ame and one-stop shop for Chipinge Town Council. My process is you're basically saying a resident and apply. They put up their house, my bills are badara and everything. And this is Zongo on the other side. So this is just a type of system where you create a record, you read a record, you update a record, or you can delete the record. Saka, it's CRUD like this, CRUD. If you find time, read more into it and learn more about it. But it's also, we will also want to take an interest. My systems are intelligent. Now, when we say a system is intelligent, it has the capacity to learn on its own and then solve my problems on their own. So this is a particularly interesting kind of solutions that Tokwansa could develop. So I'll give you an example. You put in artificial intelligence. You know, Shandiswa, for example, on Facebook. I'm not up on Facebook, Facebook, friend young and did it. Then you zona kukupa my friend suggestion. Have you ever wondered how they do that? Can I go to Google something online? Also, what I'm going to have you ever wondered how that happens?
No.
Yeah. Or if you're using my phones, my recent phones, I did it. When you're trying to take a photo, I did it. It's a box, my face so.
Yes.
Have you ever wondered how it knows kuti kabox and no face? Makamo shifunga kuti noziyase. Well, I take it no one has ever wondered. Okay, so all those kind of modules, all those kind of systems, they're intelligent, and then they are trained so that they're able to detect the patterns, they're able to find common, they're able to separate distinct entities. So that's another kind of application development. And this one is getting very popular, especially these days, because my computers, they're getting more and more powerful. So now you're able to develop even more complex solutions, which is some technologies. So this is another aspect that we want to explore. Even when we are doing our brainstorming session here, to solve the same problems and did it. We want to think of real world, the problems that we can solve. Teaching some intelligent systems. So this is something that I'm just putting out there so that you know about it, and you also trigger a curiosity. But if one say, put in no face. I don't know. Does anyone want to try and explain to us? Kuti phone inoziva sei kuti ndo face yemunhu? Anyone? So I guess we all don't know. And we don't even have any idea. Hatina kana fungidziro yekuti vanozviita sei. Vanoshandisa magic here. And so that's that with our assessment, and that's that with our brainstorming session. And so next time when we do our Zoom session, because unfortunately on Saturday subscription here, premium Zoom, I will do that shortly so that we can have more time. The session and because we want to ideally have 2 hours every day, 2 hours every day, 2 hours every day. And we are going to do a deep dive into computer hardware. That's our item for the next sheet, for the next lesson. And since that, because my group A people didn't do coding challenges, so and it's still a good idea since my resources are limited. Could teaching in class every day? Could A kambopindao, B opindao, tichidaro, because my computers do my show man, and we want to try and get as much opportunity to use our computers as well as we can. When my laptops are wangani, can I see a show of hands on my laptops are? Okay, so I see 5 people. And my laptops are did it. Okay, so if your laptops are working fine, and did it, and Brian was so kind as to give you internet access, then I hereby ban you from using my desktop computers. Gosh, and this one access so that I want and did it. Okay, so that's that. So are there any questions following today's session? Ndikakubvunza ini mibvunzo ampinduri, ndikakuti ndibvunze mibvunzo ambvunze futi. Yes, my God.
What do you know recognize as
Pardon?
That we're talking about 54, how does phone recognize it? None of us will be able to answer that. Can you please tell us what do you recognize? Say
oh, okay. I thought you would never ask. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to tell you something new. Because okay. There are certain techniques dzinoshandiswa anonzi neural networks. So neural networks are basically derived from kushanda kunoita brain. Brain yedu isusu ine cells handiti anenge akaconnectwa anonzi neurons iwaya handiti. So they are connected in that pano capture one end is an input and the other end is an output. So information flows from the input end to the output end. It ends through more and more and more and more neurons. So this is in the biological. So what computer scientists have done is they have adopted these neural networks and created my algorithms and all extract my features kubva a subject. Now, what we call a subject is something that you give to the algorithm so that it processes. So you will be familiar with the term, what is information? What is data? The difference between data and information. Data is said to be raw, and then information is said to be processed, and so basically the processing, you take raw data, you put it as input into a process, and then you get output. So what happens is algorithm, an algorithm is basically a step-by-step way of doing something. ndoinonzi algorithm. Saka for example, vasikana paunobika sadza paya paya vatori nealgorithm rekubika sadza. Anoisa mvura pamoto, yopisa yobhoila, ozoisa hupfu, osika, ozomona, ozopakura. That's an algorithm. Because you repeat that every time paunobika sadza. Saka an algorithm is basically something that you can repeat over and over kuti uwane result yakafanana. So you design an algorithm and then you take a data set. Data set are many examples of faces. And my picture my faces akawanda. You give that algorithm. What is my algorithm? I don't my face. Algorithm behind us through that neural network. Your guys right on the model. A model now is like a frozen representation of your face in the mind of the algorithm. So that every time it recognizes a what? A face. So basically, that's how they do it. You train an algorithm. We are going to do some of that interesting stuff, later when we start getting into deeper AI-related content. So that's how they do it. So you see your phone, you take it up like this, instantly it recognizes that there are two eyes, there's a nose, there's a mouth. It guesses, basically, based on previous information, that is a face. That's why you find not everybody, sometimes on one face out. I see that books, or if you're so unfortunate to be dark like me, and then you're taking a photo alongside a lighter skinned person, you find the books to the lighter skinned person, because the data set that they usually use to train those algorithms is of lighter skinned people. But now that the world is becoming more and more of a global village, and there's a certain homogeneity now in the way people approach systems development, even building these models and things like that. It's starting to tolerate that, some of us, our hair, it doesn't run. Some of us, our skin is dark. Some of us, are not going to be like the usual data sets that they use. So that's how a phone recognizes a face. I don't know if I've answered your question, or if there's a particular aspect of it that you don't understand, so that we try and demystify it. There's no voodoo, there's no dark magic. It's all very methodical, and it's approached based on repeatable steps.
I fully understand.
Pardon?
And this is that.
Ah, fantastic. Can you clap the hands for the teacher? Okay, are there any other questions? Okay, so it looks like everybody's happy. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I have a question which might be a little bit teasing.
Okay.
We have this class, this groups, group day.
Yes.
And after this, are we really able to use them? With a project one, cancel with them for the benefit of
I actually think you should take the bull by its horns and make sure because right now they're at your disposal. Right now, of course, is fully equipped, but you find when we start approaching week 8, week 9, they will have practical hands-on skills that you can actually start taking advantage of as the council and work on some of the projects that you probably have. I don't know if you have any projects that you have that you wanted to work on, or you then start to try and find out what you can start to do now. Do you have my projects now?
Yeah, the one-stop shop system.
One-stop shop system, yeah. I actually
Yeah.
like it too, yeah. And it's actually a privilege for them that they have people that are driven to actually aspire towards this kind of system, because it actually gives them hands-on experience. And the vachazoona that systems don't always work. Sometimes systems break.
Yeah.
And in many ways, council, you will then start to appreciate, but oh, it's important to have proper skills. Because you might lose money if the system is not designed enough. So yeah, it's actually a very good and practical hands-on project. We can add it to the bucket list as part of the things that we might aspire to work on. I know Kutipani Tuma projects and Andakaita, but we can add it as a third one. We definitely have the room to do that.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Anybody else? Okay. Okay. Looks like everybody's happy. So, ma'am, I don't remember you introducing the other people who are joining from the council. Now, it's very fortunate that I know Tawanda, but I don't know the other people that are joining. Can you please maybe kindly allow them to introduce themselves to the class, and then we all get to know each other.
Okay, thank you. We have 5 students who will be joining from Town Council. And of the 5 students, Tawanda and I are 2 of the oldest ones. And then we have, I'm saying Tawanda Mone is the oldest one. And Tawanda is the young of that one is young. He's one of the students, so he's the third one. And we have Risam Kunzi. Yeah, she's the 4th one, and Libert is college, the 5th one.
Ah, fantastic. That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, I see a lot of movement at the back there. I hope people are not leaving the class.
Okay, we are having some visitors.
Yes. Perhaps, I don't know if you could be so kind as to introduce our guests, or maybe Mr. Moneke, is Mr. Moneke close by?
Yes, Mr. Apostle.
Yes, would you be so kind as to introduce our guests?
Okay, we are still in the process of receiving the guests.
Oh, okay.
So you
That's
can
wonderful.
continue.
Oh, we had basically touched on the content that we were covering for the day, and we were just doing a question and answer session after the lesson, of course, to say if there's anybody who's got questions based on what we have covered today. Are there still any questions?
There's a question, sir.
Okay, anybody? Nobody has got a question.
No, there's a question, sir.
Oh, there's a question. Okay, can we hear it? What's the question?
Shape programming language.
Yes.
Java, C. Saka funny language.
If you check the curriculum that we shared, we are going to cover Python programming. That's what we're going to do. Now, I don't know if you have prior experience with Python. Has anybody done any work in Python so far? Nana, did it? So yeah, we are going to do Python programming. We're going to cover from basics to advanced concepts, and we're also going to explore data science related exercises as well. That's why I was talking about the example of the what? Of the little box on your phone. It's something so simple, but it demonstrates the power of algorithms and the power of artificial intelligence. Okay, I hope you answered. But then, for those who actually have a background and they know some programming languages, it would also be nice to hear which programming languages you are interested in, which you would like to learn more about, because I can also provide you with material for that and point you to a couple of references which you can then start to take advantage of. Because, you know, when it comes to programming languages, well, most of them are able to do the same things. Most of them. Okay. So I guess that does it, right? No more questions on that matter. No more questions on the digital ecosystem, computer operations and packages. And we are content to say we have the prerequisite skills that we need in order to be able to start attempting the much more advanced concepts and much more advanced aspects of our curriculum. So that's great. Thank you very much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to hand this time over to Mr. Maoneki. I don't know if he's around or he's just gone out.
Yes, that's good.
Okay, he's just gone out. Okay. So that's it, I guess. And it is my understanding that the council needs to use the room for a meeting, right? Mrs. Zimunya, may you kindly confirm? The council needs to use the room for a meeting, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess we can then dismiss. Is it a good time to let everyone go, or you still need people to show face right now?
I'll check with you this morning.
Okay. Okay.
Hello,
Yes, ma'am.
I just continue for a moment, then you try to continue forward.
Continue for the day we are done, actually. Saka ndokubvunza kuti do we need to still, you know, maintain vanhu vese aripo, or we can break, because content yatachida to cover today and assessment yatachida kuita we are already done. Basically the idea was that takasplita vanhu vedu into two groups, group A, group B, on the premise that group A ndo vanga vane computer skills, group B vasina. But after the assessment that we've done today in the Q&A yataita, we've then been able to determine kuti more or less togona kuvatrita zvakafanana. Saka no exercise yatachida kungoita chete nhasi. So that's why we're basically done for the day.
Mr. Maboshe.
Yes, Mr. Morning.
Our visitors, for a briefing. So what if you want to come back class for a discussion, naming my students?
Well, set a time here for that.
There is not much. I think it's going to be short briefing.
The only challenge is that Zoom and Rukushan cut a time. So I'll have to start another session. Is that okay?
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so what do they want to see in particular?
I don't even know my visitors. They don't specify.
What I want to do is an energy. No, it's okay.
Sometimes you have to allocate equal to the visitors.
Anzi,
And you have to allocate this program to the visitors. Surely program visit.
okay. Saka ndinde ndichivatsanangurira, or you're also comfortable to do that.
Panzi, Mr. Makoshi, the consultant.
Don't worry. Tinoita. It's okay, tinoonesana. And also it's important as well for my students kuti aratidzewo kuti vari kuparticipate. Manje vane vakangogara vakatarisa vachimirira kuti 1, 2, 3, 4 guys dzisimudze maoko. So it's a challenge for everyone, guys. We all have to show our worth. But you know what? We are actually doing something meaningful and something impactful. That's got a positive, positive outlook towards our future. So since we are still here, I guess we can then skip Edu Tototanga content 24. Which was supposed to be next week on Monday. Okay, while I prepare zvangu panzvimbo, you can all take a break. If you want, or you can go get a drink of water and the like, just for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we can resume. Anditika?